Hello, and welcome to the episode of Paul or Nothing, a Paul or Nothing spin-off show called Macca in Your Attic, where we sift through the tit and the tat and find the primo McCartney memorabilia. Basically, the premise is that I'm going to get a guest from the podcast past. Go check out their episode if you haven't already. That will be our look at Wings' greatest hits. I'm not going to mention the guy just yet. I won't boost his ego. But yeah, we're going to be going through my guest's attic, as it were. And my guest is going to highlight 5 fun, interesting, rare, infamous, weird, special items from their own Paul McCartney collections. Fortunately, this is a format that requires my guests to be more interesting than myself. So in theory, it's going to be better than the podcast. For today, don't you dare talk over me, Ethan Alexanian. How dare you talk over me? For our first episode today, I am joined by, honestly, one of my very best friends who I met on the internet. He is a compatriot, a peer, and an enemy all rolled into one. He is the second youngest person in Beatles new media, and his name is Ethan Alexanian. You should know him from his podcast, Fans on the Run, a show by McCartney fans for McCartney fans, differently from Paul or Nothing. You should remember him from our Wings Greatest episode that we did a few months ago, and now he's back to show me his private parts, the private part of his McCartney collection, that is. Everybody, please welcome Ethan Alexanian. What's going on, dude? What's going on?
When you said private parts, I'm thinking, I feel like I'm a little unprepared now, but I could do it in a pinch.
Right. Actually, you know what? For the first fashion move of the show, I bought a red McCartney hat. And you know what? Since a certain president has been in charge of a certain country, it's ruined red hats. But since I am no longer on my own, I don't have to wear the yellow McCartney hat. The red one is out. Make Wings over America great again. That's all I'm saying, Ethan Alexanian. Dude, welcome back to the Paul or Nothing Circle. It's been too long. How much tat do you have to show me today?
I have 5 or 6 pieces of tat.
When did you start collecting Beatles McCartney stuff? Do you remember that? Or was there a time when it went, oh, I'll just collect a few things, now I'm a collector? When did that happen?
No, it's been pretty consistent ever since the age of around 8. Like, it was one Christmas.
8.
8. Right, I got some stuff, one of which I'll actually show during the show. But ever since then, it's been a nightmare, especially with the records. You've gotten to a bad place when you have to, do the drive of shame to IKEA to buy a new cube shelf because your old cube shelf won't fit anymore.
I've got a cube shelf. It's just over there, full of one. That little. There it is. I'll put the album on. It's the best feeling ever.
Well, with your collection, I know we're supposed to try and keep this light and fresh and quick and breezy, but do you have dividers in your collection?
Oh, so I use specific albums as dividers. So the first album in the Beatles collection, Please Please Me, will be the start of that division. I mean, folks, you're listening to the show right now. You must love nothing more than reorganizing a vinyl collection, a DVD collection, a CD collection. Alphabetical, color coordinate is
autobiographical,
chronological. Oh, there's just too many.
Little high fidelity reference for you out there.
Oh, is that a Joan or a John Cusack reference? I always forget. I'm holding the boombox, Ethan. I'm holding it.
It's one of them.
It's one of them. What's the most fun about being a Beatles collector? What's the most fun part of it for you? Is it the research? Is it when it arrives in the post for you? What gets you off, Ethan?
Well, Sam, what gets me off, Beatles collecting wise, is just that there's so much of it out there that you you can just keep looking and looking forever, and you're always finding new things, new, cool, weird things. Especially, last year I've been really diving into the world of Beatle bootlegs,
Ooh.
and I've just been going for the ones with the worst titles.
Beatles White Power might be my favorite title just because it's the most inflammatory,
That's the
unnecessarily
next.
offensive.
Okay, I have a story about White Power. I was at a record store in Woodstock, Ontario, and they had it. I didn't know what it was, and then I'm like, I should get this. No, and I put it away. Went back. It was never there again.
My
Live
gosh.
and learn.
See, that answers one of my next questions. Are there any other items that have eluded your grasp over the years that keep you up at night?
Yes, unfortunately.
Sergeant Pepper original pressing?
No, I have a Sgt. Pepper original pressing.
Yes.
That's not even the cool one. I have the original UK White album with the top loader and the stuff.
Oh, this young whippersnapper's making me look like a right dickhead on the premiere episode of my show.
For the longest time, one of the ones I wanted was a little antiquated, but the 1987 CDs in the little roll top box.
Oh, the
bread
proper
bin.
CDs, like when
Yeah.
CDs were CDs.
But I picked up a copy from who I assume was a cop sometime last year, and it was unopened, never played.
Wow. From a policeman? Was it a real
A policeman?
Was it someone impersonating a policeman to get a
we
good
were in front of
sale,
the pickup is in front of a police station.
Hey, yo, you got the ice, you got the stuff. It's just a
Yeah.
Beatles album. Fantastic.
It just starts rolling the CDs out of his sleeve. You want a little bit of Revolver? Yeah, I bet you. I'm not going to continue that bit.
We're going to continue this riff. What is something that grinds your gears about Beatles collecting? Is it the internet? Is it the people? What annoys you about Beatles collecting?
Most of the time it's, I hate to say it, it's other collectors.
People getting it in there before you.
People getting it in there before me, and then when they get it, spreading misinformation about what the item actually is, making it harder for, people who end up buying the record to know what it is.
Look, everyone knows I've Got a Feeling is on the Magical Mystery Tour. Everyone knows this is fact. It's fine.
We all know Back Off Boogaloo was on Red Rose Speedway.
Not gonna lie, probably would have improved the album if you took like When the Night off or something like that. I'm sorry, Red Rose Speedway fans. I know I rag on that album too much.
Don't worry, I'm not a fan either.
Okay. Something that I want in my collection: Red Rose Speedway double album. Oh, I don't need the acetate. I'm not a dickhead about it. I don't need the 1973 acetate. I just want that 2018 reprint, but I've got to wait 40 years, 50 years till it's approachably affordable. But what a collection. Like the fact that NPL went, yeah, we'll officially release the Red Rose Speedway double album. Even though it was kind of incomplete, it's still kind of inconceivably badass that they went through with it, right?
Any instance where a record company realizes that, well, this should have been a double, they wanted it to be a double album. This should have been a double album. We didn't put it out as a double album. Let's put it out now as a double album. They did that with the ELO album, Secret Messages.
That sounds interesting. Now, there's just always been a part of me that wishes NPL would have just done it properly, though, because you only get the 1973 mixes on the Red Rose Speedway re-release, and it's like everyone knows it's the hot hits and cold cut remixes that are the best versions of the Red Rose Speedway songs. So it's like, why do we get all these songs like Night Out, for example? Why is that not got the chorus in it? Are you waiting to release the Hot Hits Cold Cuts album? MPL says they're not going to release it, so why didn't you release the stuff that we wanted?
See, I feel like that's a lie. You can't believe the record companies ever if they say we're not going to release something, because 5-10 years from now they will release it.
Look, all I know is that Yoko Ono has said she's never going to re-release a John Lennon album. No. She'll release. I mean, we're probably going to get another couple of Imagines, like the 45th anniversary, the 46th anniversary, the 47th anniversary, and in this one, Lennon's going to cough when he didn't cough before, something like that. I'm not bitter, folks. I'm not. I actually do like I do enjoy collecting stuff, but even I have my limits. Like Ethan, these stamps, these Paul McCartney,
the Royal Mail stamps.
What a waste of my fucking money that was. Well, no, not waste of money. Of my patrons' money. Oh my gosh, my patrons.
You use your patrons' money to buy stamps?
Yeah. And then when the stamps arrived, and it said 6 Paul McCartney stamps, and then only 2 of them are Paul McCartney stamps, and 4 of them are just generic Royal Mail stamps. Had to contain the rage, Ethan. Definitely had to contain the rage there.
Actually, this is the great place to say this. Just grinding my gears about the McCartney camp. For like 2017 and 2018, they were doing some cool reissues.
Yes.
They did all the colored vinyl ones, and then they did the live ones, with some of those like quite out of print albums.
The fucking Amoeba gig, no one expected that on vinyl for no reason.
But where's the rest of it? I was thinking next year, are they going to put out like a Forgotten Gems series and finally put out like Off the Ground, Driving Rain, Memory Almost
Off
Full.
The Ground? What's that?
Yeah.
I mean, McCartney's 90s period, everyone says his 80s is forgotten. No one talks about Off the Ground, and that's my next album on the podcast. It's one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, it's such a good album.
Oh, that it's still one of the most expensive albums I've had to buy.
Oh, next question. What's the most money you've spent on a single Paul McCartney item?
On a single Paul McCartney item?
Not the Hofner bass.
Not the Hofner bass. God. It was probably Off the Ground.
Really?
Yeah.
See, so what do you have? What do you own, Ethan?
I have the original 1993 UK pressing.
I was born in 1992 in the UK and I don't have it. Oh my God.
It's an expensive son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Like I went in there with like, it was my birthday. And I went in with birthday money. It fucking cleaned me out. it was, I don't ever really like talking about pricing. 100 Canadian dollars. Most I've ever spent on a McCartney record.
What's the best deal you've ever gotten? Who have you taken to the cleaners?
Okay. Well, there's a bunch of records I've gotten for free from my uncle. Most of Paul's, for the albums
your
I
first, like your first stuff through your uncle.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even my first. It was, 2014 or something. I told him I didn't own a good chunk of the catalog. And he's like, okay, let me fix that. And he gave me like RAM and...
Oh, my heart is weeping. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And, he gave me the Russian album, the Flowers in the Dirt.
Oh my God. Ethan, if only I had your uncle, I would be above Rodriguez and Buskin right now. Oh yeah. My gosh. What is going on?
Don't forget us little people while you're at the top, Sam.
No. I shan't.
But the best deal I've ever gotten at a store was there was a thrift store, or what do you call them? Charity shop.
A charity shop here in the UK. Yeah.
And I was, digging through the records, hoping to find something interesting. And, they were all like $4 or $5 each, which is stupid. But then I got to one and it's like, I recognize this. The Family Way. I got the Family
So
Way
is the Family
soundtrack.
Way in your 5 choices right now? If not, can I see that? I want to see
It
that.
is not in my 5 choices.
Go
but
get it now,
I
young
should
man.
grab it.
Go get it now.
I'm trying to do this without tangling my headphone cord. This is the original.
Oh, it's the American cover as well. Oh my god. Oh gosh.
$5.
$5 for that.
And look at the shape it's in. Like, you can't see it with all the plastic glare.
It's gorgeous. No, it's just you printed that off a printer today. Right. Okay,
on the
folks,
glorious London label.
Has anyone out there in the Paul or Nothing fandom with no financial desires got a green copy of the Family Way album cover? The proper
They
cover.
reissued it with the green cover, but it's not the same.
Nah, it's better. It's a better cover.
No, it doesn't even say Decca on it. What's the point? My criteria for buying reissues of anything is, does it have the original record company logo on it or not? No? Okay, I'll go buy somebody else's reissue of that.
So I've got a friend called Tom. He's my best friend, and he will always have a go at me if I buy a book that's got the movie poster on the front cover of the book. As in, oh, you're only reading No Country for Old Men because there's a movie about it. And there's kind of a similar thing with vinyl, I guess, but at least it's not remake, but reissues are kind of the remake of vinyl, you know. You know what? What about what is an item that doesn't exist in the fandom, that isn't available for public consumption? Single item. There are no limits here. Anything you want. What would you add to your collection?
Are we talking, things that are like one-off, only one exists, or something from my
could
fantasy?
pick Paul McCartney's foreskin if you wanted, and that would be a legitimate answer.
Or am I allowed to pick a completely fantasy answer?
What? Something like a song that doesn't exist?
No, not a song, a release. Because
I'm going to go down this path. We'll see what happens. Go ahead, Ethan.
I want to see, because the Beatles had the singles collection back in 2019. Really well done. They all sound fantastic.
Paul McCartney singles collection.
I want a Paul McCartney singles collection.
Oh, that's so good. Ethan's you're a clever lad.
And now you don't even have to worry about inaccurate labels anymore, since MPL and Apple seem to have made nice. And on the half-speed masters, they've been using the Apple again.
They have, yeah, it's a very good point, actually.
So you could have, McCartney 45s with the Apple, another day.
I'm annoyed that I didn't think of that. This is why I never invite you back on quickly, Ethan, because you always make a fool of me.
I like being on this show.
No, and I like having you on. And the reason I like having you on is because you always have interesting things to say, such as, what is your, you know what, let's dive into the fucking format of the show. Please, okay. Dude, show me your first item with an interesting, funny, scary, sad story. What story have you got for me here?
Most of these will border on sentimental.
Couldn't give a shit. I want to hear it.
Sentimental. Couldn't give a shit. Okay. So this is, I'm sure a lot of you out there will know what this is.
Oh! The little I love it already.
The little Paul McCartney action figure.
You removed it from its original packaging.
Well, I'm getting to that. I got this for Christmas when I was 8, back, 10 years ago now. And, my mom, bless her heart, I was getting into the Beatles. She went on eBay or Amazon and got the 4 McFarlane figures, John, Paul, Ringo, but she couldn't find the George from this series. So she got me the George in the, Pepperland costume, but that didn't matter because I would, take these to school and play with them. put them in my desk, bring them outside with
You
me
are the
at
coolest
recess.
kid I've ever known, Ethan.
Cool would not be the word I would use to
No,
describe this.
anyone at your school who would disagree with that, I will fight physically right now. Oh my gosh.
That makes me feel very comforting.
No,
Or
you need to
comforted.
feel vindicated here. That is the cool. I remember in year 3, I took a Jurassic Park action figure of Dr. Ian Malcolm, as played by Jeff Goldblum, to school, and I got laughed out of there as well. Now, Beatles are way cooler. They're way cooler.
But after a while, these have been sitting in my display cabinet. You can see all, like, there's paint, flaked off, rubbed off, just wear and tear and battle scars. So this, I'm still counting this as one item.
No, he's not. He's not.
I went out a couple years ago. I bought all 4 in the packaging not too long ago.
Oh, this motherfucker right here. He does not fuck about, ladies and gentlemen. This is
just so I could have
God.
a nice version of that. I bought them all.
I'm so happy.
John, Paul, George, Ringo, and then the Paul and George from the Beatles cartoon series.
What about the head meanie? Do you have the head meanie?
Where is he? Oh no! I just dropped Jeremy.
Oh no! The nowhere man! Oh my gosh!
I dropped Jeremy Hillary Boob.
That's the cooler one. That was better than Paul. You should have opened with that one. Oh my gosh.
Well, but you said Paul.
Oh Max.
That
oh
kind
Max.
of counted.
Oh my god.
You don't say. Yeah.
We Beatles only take no for an answer.
Oh, but yeah, that it brings back a lot of really nice memories.
That's beautiful, bro. You know what? You've kicked off this series exactly the way I wanted to. So let's take a look at your second item.
Okay, my second item. I'll go for something a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going in chronological order here, based on what when I got these. The second
I hope I didn't just see what I thought I just saw then. Oh my god.
This is the tour program for the Paul McCartney 2013 US tour. And this is the book I got when I saw McCartney for the first time.
What was that show? Where and when? Dates, places?
It was in Boston, Massachusetts at Fenway Park.
Wow. Okay, people in England will get all of those references. Fantastic. Oh my gosh.
Should I explain what Fenway Park is?
Look, we've heard Americans talking about places and stadiums. Everyone's heard of Fenway Park. Is it up there with Shea Stadium in terms of great American theaters? Yeah. Shea's not there anymore though, is it?
No, it got bulldozed and replaced with something else.
Just like the Cavern. Just like the fucking Cavern.
But at least they haven't opened up a Shea Stadium, a couple doors down. Made with some of the original bricks.
Look.
I even have the ticket in here. I have the ticket.
Oh, no, Ethan, don't. I lost my ticket. I lost my Paul McCartney ticket.
Well, but the ticket was you printed off at home from Ticketmaster kind of thing.
So do you reckon I should be able to go back?
You might. But see, even back then, I was such a prissy little bitch when it came to these things. It came with 3D glasses. I still haven't taken them out. There's not lots of really
Don't you dare.
There's lots of 3D photos in this book that I wanted to look at. It's like, Ethan, it'll only go down in price, Ethan. Oh. As if I'd ever want to fucking sell it.
No, do you ever get frustrated with that element of collection? It's like, oh, what's the resale value? Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care whatsoever. I want it for me. Well, and even if I've got a copy of Coming Up Lunchbox Odd Socks Coming Up Live that I'm wearing through to, it's just a flat piece of vinyl now. It doesn't even play music anymore. But I want to play it over and over. It's a fun record that gets me happy. And the idea that someone might not play a record because it's valuable is borderline offensive to me. Like the fact that it's impermanent is what makes it special.
Well, I can see both sides to that argument, because I don't play my expensive records that much.
You wussy boy.
Hang on.
Come
Here's
on
why.
now.
I spent this is an even bigger price figure, $175 on a copy of Jeff Lynne's first band, The Idle Race, their first album. Original 1968 pressing. It's a very fragile thing.
Wow.
I don't want to take it out of the sleeve. I don't want to touch it. I just want to
it'll
look
disintegrate.
Yeah.
No.
So in those cases, I end up just buying reissues or play copies so I can listen to the record.
See, that's the thing about a lot of reissues here in the UK, at least. The reissues seem to be so prohibitively expensive, it's worth going on eBay to buy one of the old ones, especially something like Flaming Pie, where it's like, do you want to get the original version for £100 or do you get the new one for £200? And it's like, I don't want to get either. Can I get like a really crap one for 25? $50, Like, I love Paul, but I'm also a capitalist at heart, and something that plagues my show is value for money. Value for money is an actual thing, and
that's a central point of your show.
No, it's a central conflict because the Paul McCartney fandom is mostly made up of people who have disposable adult income. And adult income for me is
who
you
can afford to spend $600 on a Flaming Pie Super Deluxe.
If you can afford a Mace Windu proper lightsaber, the one that glows in the dark and doesn't break when you hit someone with it, that's adult money, because it's childish things at adult prices. That's adult money.
I want one.
Again, let's go to one of my great rivals, Tom Hunyadi. I give him so much shit for the fact that he bought the Egypt Station briefcase. I only do that out of sheer jealousy. I want it. I want it. You want it. And the worst part is that he knows that we want it and he has it and we don't. And no matter how many downloads we get, no matter what guests we book on our show, he's got the briefcase.
Well, but the thing is now, the briefcase is on the lower end of the super, super deluxe.
Flaming Pie did come out after and kind of go, you thought you were expensive. You thought you were expensive. Hit it, boys.
And then the George Harrison estate now is like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Cue the $1,000 giant,
Ethan,
wooden crate box.
I'm kind of outside this box at the moment. How much is the deluxe, super, mega, ultra, all things must pass box set?
In American dollars, it's $999. In Canadian, it's $1,500.
Is that how bad your exchange rate with America is?
No. Actually, it might be.
Oh my gosh.
I think it might just have something to do with shipping costs too.
Oh my gosh. That's $999. Now, Ken Michaels is not buying this. He's a man like me. What are the new songs? What are the unreleased tracks? What have I not heard before? And I will pay for the stuff I haven't heard before. But if you're asking me to pay for a remaster rather than a remix, like the Beatles Sgt. Pepper remix that came out, totally worth the price. No questions asked. It's different. It's new.
I've reached a compromise when it comes to the new George set. They have just an 8 LP version for 250 Canadian dollars. I will probably buy that. I love All Things Must Pass.
No, but it is just the best George Harrison album without any
Objectively.
Objectively. And do you ever get the feeling that some music critics get uncomfortable with the fact that an artist's first record is their best because they're worried that people won't care about the rest of the discography? No, the fact that Ram's the best doesn't mean that Chaos and Creation or any of the Firemen isn't pretty damn fucking good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of the Firemen, why can't they reissue the Firemen albums?
Yes, because I don't want to pay £900 for a reissue for the same copy. You know?
Like I have Electric Arguments, and that's it.
Twin Freaks was reprinted, wasn't it?
I'm not sure it was, but if it is, I'll have to pick it up.
If it is, you'll pick up a second copy and I'll pay you back. Definitely. Oh my gosh, Twin Freaks is ridiculous. It's ridiculously good. Right, are we on to your second item yet?
I showed my second item.
Let's have a look at your third then. In third place, Ethan.
All right, this is going to be a bit out of left field. I am 100% sure that most of your other guests will not have something like this.
Oh my god! Oh,
I feel
yes!
like that. I feel like that Japanese collector in the My
boy.
Brave Face video.
Oh my god!
Oh.
And it's Paul as well.
It is Paul.
So that goes in your wardrobe just at all times. Then
It goes in the wardrobe with the Shea Stadium jacket.
go get that, young man. Go get it now. Go on.
Is this going to be edited out?
Go.
Okay, fine.
Right
Fill
now.
the space.
No.
Fill the air.
Go right now. Go right now. This motherfucker saying, "Oh, is this going to be in the show?" Talking about my editing. I was podcasting before this boy was even a sperm cell in his daddy's balls. No, I love Ethan. Gotta do. Ethan, where are you?
I'm back.
So is the original Pepper jacket in a similar sleeve like this? It's protected, yeah?
No.
Why not, Ethan?
The Pepper one's a cheap piece of shit from like Hong Kong. This was handmade by the guy who owned Paul's original Shea Stadium jacket.
Oh my god! Oh my!
And this one actually fits. So you know what?
Put it on for the rest of the episode. You've got to wear it now.
Give me a minute. The buttons are hard. But that Sgt. Pepper one was another Christmas gift from like 2014. Again, God bless my mom. She custom ordered one from China.
That's insane.
And I wore that thing to death.
Oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Oh,
yes. Yes. Come on, Ethan. Yes, boy.
Let's see if I put on pounds in the last little while.
Baby's good to me, you know. Oh, it's perfect, isn't it? Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, I love it. I don't wear this nearly enough.
The fact that doesn't automatically get you your automatic partner of choice romantically is upsetting for me.
It says something about us as a society.
Yeah, like surely if you walk into any club in the world wearing a Shea Stadium jacket, people of
hey
all
ladies,
genders
what do you think
and sexes,
what do you think of my Wells Fargo agent badge?
I saw it. Don't you dare accuse me of not seeing it. I saw it and it's awesome.
I knew you would have saw it. It's right there.
I mean, the fact that I don't own a Ontario Police Department badge. Oh, why do I not own that?
Actually, it's the Ontario Provincial Police.
You'd say that. I was waiting. No.
You know how to bait a Canadian.
Yes. No. I'm trying
Not
to
how
think
to
of
baste a Canadian.
now.
That's a different thing.
Is there what's the top Beatles album in Canada? Is it Pepper or Revolver? What are the prints in your part of the world say?
I think it's probably Pepper.
Still Pep. Oh,
It
interesting.
might be Pepper. It might be One. I don't know.
One doesn't count. Do you agree?
Well, I mean, chart-wise, I think it counted, but not as an actual Beatle album.
Because, like, you know, me including all the best offensive jokes from Paul or Nothing doesn't create the best podcast of all time, you know?
I still have a blooper reel about, a couple minutes long of things I've had to edit out of Fans on the Run that I'm waiting to throw at the unsuspecting public.
And you've got a Patreon set up, right? To give it to
No.
them if they want to pay. Sort that out, Ethan. Sort your money out, son. People like this stuff. Like the fact that I've got 20 people who give me at least $1 a month is ridiculous. I don't deserve it, Ethan. None of us deserve it. We're just Beatle fans, but people love us enough to support what we do and maybe support that the fact that we don't have to go to work as often. I mean, you're only about 13, so
They
you've never
can
been to
support
work.
my next Beatle
Oh.
jacket.
Oh no! See, I've already got. See, I'd look. All I need is a black suit and a white top, and I am rooftop Paul. I'm sorry, I am.
There you and you got the beard.
Look. All I need to do is play the second string, the D, seventh on the D, and that's most of Get Back. Just that's most of Get Back, and it's very easy to play. It's pathetically easy, really. Right, come on. What's in fourth? Come on, let's start wrapping up.
Okay, number 4. This is actually getting kind of rare, and so I had to buy this second hand from a guy on like a marketplace, website thing. The DVD to Give My Regards to Broad Street.
You are just trying to meme me today. You've been baiting me. These aren't your top 5. These are your top 5. Get a reaction out of Sam on his podcast items.
No, I'm serious. I
had
had to hunt this down because I had never seen Broad Street before, and then I watched it. And I still haven't seen Broad Street in its entirety. I had to turn it off.
Same. I've got an episode that I did with Kit O'Toole
I
years
know.
ago, and I re-released it kind of unedited just to see how people react, and it was quite positive, to be fair. But I went back and listened to it and was like, I haven't even begun to describe how bad this movie is. And it's like, oh, how could the man who made Ram do so bad in another medium?
You know what's cool about this DVD, though?
What bonus features are on it?
It's double-sided.
This week, literally before you were born, probably, my dad had a double-sided Goodfellas from like 96 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
One side's full screen, one side's widescreen.
Yeah, or like one side has the bonus features, the other side has the commentary or something.
Would you like to see something to give you nightmare fuel?
So I'm pretty sure the copy. This is not an official pressing of the DVD at all, is it?
Oh no, it is.
It is by MPL.
Not by MPL, but by 20th Century Fox.
Oh, one of the other people who had the rights to it.
Yeah.
Right. That's clever. Do you think we're ever going to get a recognition of Broad Street in the next decade?
We might. When Paul runs out of other things to remember, he'll do a Remembering Broad Street period.
It's going to seem a little bit forced, isn't it, if he does it? Because he's missed the opportunity for the proper anniversary amongst all the other albums, and it's like, come on, man.
Well, there's always 2024.
That's
We could
that's
do a
the
40th
50th,
anniversary.
40th. That's less than 2 years away. Come on.
I know. Brace yourselves, everybody. Broad Street's coming back.
The problem is, I actually like the movie more or less because
I like the movie, but it got really slow.
no, I don't. I couldn't put it on when my friends are around. It's not like you put on Casino or Jurassic Park when you, oh, I can't wait for this quote to come up. It's like, no, this is something you put on, like, your deepest, darkest pornographic desires. Like, it's like,
Like
oh,
me when I put on Spice World.
yes, or when I watch Coyote Ugly, something like that. It's like, ooh, Paul in 18th century garb. Ooh, hello.
You got an exclusive here. I own a DVD copy of the Spice Girls movie Spice World.
Yeah, honestly, us Brits are never satisfied with how amazing it is that anyone outside of the UK knows who the Spice Girls are. It's always pleasing. It always is. Do you have anything from the Spice Girls on vinyl? Do you have any Spice Girls items?
Funny enough, I do.
Oh,
It was
go on.
it was a Christmas gift last year. My friend and I did a gift exchange, and I'm not even gonna say guilty pleasure. I like some of those Spice Girls records. She got me the first Spice Girls album
Well, tell
on
me what
white
you want,
vinyl.
what you really, really want. So tell me what you want. They're a good band. Look, Ethan, something I've learned becoming an old man and hairy. When I was 17, 16, it wasn't cool to admit that you liked My Chemical Romance or Blink 182 or Stained or System of a Down. And then suddenly, when you're not hanging out with the people who you cared about at high school and their opinions, suddenly you can just listen to The Black Parade and not care what anyone thinks. And it's an amazing album. It is. And I think that comes from an extension of Paul, the idea that this is only music for people who don't care what other people think about their music tastes.
Yeah.
And, if you care what other people think, no, of course you're not going to enjoy Pipes of Peace. And I wouldn't expect you to,
You just aren't in the right mindset yet.
Look, if you don't enjoy Hey Hey over Maybe I'm Amazed, you're not a real Paul McCartney fan. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Ethan. I am.
I feel classy yet silly in this jacket.
No, dude. Honestly, you're not allowed back on the show without it. If I'm honest, you got to wear it.
I thought you were just gonna say you're not allowed back on this show.
Well, let's see if you are. What's your fifth and final item?
Oh, this is probably gonna get me,
kicked off.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Is it Lennon's Rock and Roll?
No, but it has a direct connection to one of your competitors.
Oh wait, hang on. Is it a picture of Tom Hunyadi naked or something?
No, but I have seen him shirtless.
Wow. Okay.
Do with that what you will. You can edit that out if you want.
Was he serving food at that point or
no?
Oh wow.
I kid, Tom.
Yeah, I'm probably going to censor it, just bleep it out, and let people interpret what they want from that moment.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not saying blah blah blah, but boo.
Do it.
This motherfucking boo. Look.
Hey yo, come here. What's up?
No, look. All I'm saying is, the only thing I have to say about Two Legs is boo.
Speaking of Two Legs, last year for Christmas, my good friend Andy Nichols, co-host of Two Legs.
I know I give a lot of shit to Tom Hunyadi. The fact that he's introduced me to Andy Nichols is, come on.
Yeah, broken clock is right twice a day.
The fact that there's someone who came to Liverpool to learn about the Beatles and then went back to America. I don't think there's a braver person that exists in the entire humanity of existence or existence of humanity, whichever way around you want to do it.
Well,
but yeah.
In his episode of Fans on the Run, we were talking about the album Flaming Pie, and he said, yeah, I've got an original sealed copy of Flaming Pie. And I'm like, you've got one? He's like, yeah, like 2. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, if you ever want to do a record trade, let me know, and I want one of those. It's like, okay, I'll think about it. And then later in the year, after I started doing some of those thumbnails for their ranking the tracks things.
Yeah, folks, if you don't know Ethan's side gig, he's actually a very, very good thumbnail creator. So the original Paul and I Think thumbnail was created by my best friend Daniel. He created a fantastic thumbnail for me that I still semi-use. And then Ethan came and did what anyone who wants to appeal to me should do, which is go for my ego, a picture of me. Make it look like Paul. Ethan's a very clever boy. He gave me the Flaming Pie front cover. Obviously, your show, when you have a guest on, they have either a Beatles or a Paul or a solo album cover that's parodied in their image. Jesus, I wish I thought of that a few years ago, you motherfucker. That's genius.
The issue with that is now I'm running out of source material.
So
now I'm expanding to
double
like
up? Are you going to double up?
Oh God, what do I need? I'm going to do the Belgian picture sleeve for Ticket to Ride.
Are you going to double up eventually?
Possibly.
No one's going to decry. Look, that's so creative. No one's going to decry you for a lack of creation after being creative. Come on.
I may find some sort of like little tiny difference. It's like, no, I did the
like
British,
Chopper.
Please
yeah,
me.
like Chopper, you got a silver star in the top right rather than
I'm
the
doing
gold
the
star.
Australian please me. But back to the item. This
what is that?
This is an original 1997 sealed Flaming Pie, United States pressing, and this was gifted to me by one Andy Nichols.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Thanks for sending me a copy of Flaming Pie. You know, a proper Paul McCartney podcast.
When you do,
sending this child in front of me in his Shea Stadium shirt, a copy.
The only person more upset than you that I got it, Sam, is Tom.
Oh no! Like Tom's coming on the show at some point, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. So one of my best friends, he sent
me that with a bunch of prog albums too. So it was like, okay, yeah, some Yes, some Genesis, and then a sealed Flaming Pie.
Yeah, don't give a shit about any of the other shit you
sent me. I like the other shit.
No, but come on, let's break this down. A sealed copy of Flaming Pie. That'd be like me getting a date with Keira Knightley in 2006. Like, oh my gosh. Why?
Oh, call up Andy. He's a dream maker.
What do I actually want? I mean, I'm coming up to Flaming Pie now, and I've been on eBay, and it's like it's not worth me going for it. It's just not. I'd rather wait till a McCartney archive re-release that has all the big sides on another vinyl. It's gonna happen. I feel like waiting is the best move in terms of an off the ground fan. Flaming Pie, though, annoyingly, that's the Spotify release. I need Love Come Tumbling Down on vinyl now. I need Atlantic Ocean, the second remix, on vinyl now. He's got me by the khram, you know what I mean?
Got you by the khram.
The khram, as Borat would say.
Yes, it's nice.
It's nice. Well, Flaming Pie is very nice. It's a great success.
Yeah, my dog has 3 legs.
Oh, no. That's funnier than you think it is. That's actually quite clever. My dog, he have 3 legs, but my fly have none. No. Great film to make great success of Wings Over America. Yeah. None of this is going out, by the way. This is all being cut. Oh my gosh. You know what, Ethan? Just aside, it's been really fun having you back on. I feel like I've been neglectful of having you back on, so there won't.
It's all good. I'm just happy to be anywhere.
No, but like,
especially here.
No, but I guess I've kind of become more aware of what I like in the podcasting world, and what I don't like is the old podcasting Beatles world. The lack of sorry, I've just hit the mic there. The lack of swearing, the lack of opinions, the lack of jokes, the lack of pre-thought before an episode, the lack of take the ums out of your show, please.
Well, I keep the ums in because
take them out. But that's just how I feel. I'm not going to impose that on you. I never would. But I can't listen to my voice because I've been with a stutter my whole life. Like, it's been there since like day dot. I can't have it in there. I need to sound like Simon Mayo, someone here in the UK, like, hello and welcome to the show, and my name is Samuel Myers, and everything just flows out of my mouth perfectly like butter and caramel coming off Pamela Anderson's titties. You know, it's and yeah, I should have had you on sooner than this. I really should.
Don't worry, man.
Nah. Oh, you can't tell me not to worry. That's not how it works.
Oh no, I know. That's like you telling me not to worry.
We've done 5 now, yeah?
We've done 5?
Is that the 5th or 4th?
Oh yeah, that was the 5th.
Cool. Do you mind if I start wrapping things up now?
Wrap it up.
Yeah. And yeah, so how much? So that copy frame pie cost you £0 compared to how much am I going to have to pay to get what you have right now?
Based on the last time I checked the Discogs median listings, and I don't even know if that was sealed, it was around 250 credits of the Imperial Realm.
What is that, like Imperial credits? Like, oh no, you cannot use credits. Mine 6 don't work on me. Only money. Yeah.
It was 250 Canadian dollars.
250 Republic credits. Oh my gosh.
So that's got to be, 180 pounds or something.
Honestly, that's not unimaginable to me. That's not ridiculous. 180 quid for Flaming Pie? Yes, that's quite ridiculous. But
what about 190 quid for Driving Rain?
Never listened to it. I wouldn't know. Sorry. So yeah, anyone who doesn't know the format of Paul or Nothing is that we listen chronologically. Yeah, I've kind of listened a couple of albums ahead. Driving Rain, that's the one with Dance Tonight, isn't it? Is that the one, Dance Tonight? I literally don't know. I'm looking forward to it. What I'm more looking forward to, though, is having Ethan back on the show to show me 5 more pieces of his crap. My gosh, I cannot imagine owning an empty lot with Ethan's name attached to it, because there'd be so much Beatles tat thrown in that
This
warehouse.
was just the directly Paul McCartney related stuff.
Come on,
if
Ethan,
it was just a Beatles thing.
Ethan, come on. You've got 30 seconds. Grab something right now. 30, 10, 9, 8, 7, and a 6, and a 5, 4. Here he comes. What's he got? It's an Abbey Road. It looks like
this may look normal. It's got the misaligned apple.
Just looks like a reprint of Abbey Road. What's so special about that?
What's so special about this is that it's a 1969 export pressing on Parlophone, made in England, with a different catalog number to sell across Europe.
Ethan, I'm going to end this episode with the same question I will be asking everyone. Do you have a next of kin?
Maybe.
So if I paid someone to murder you, how many people do I have to murder after that to get that copy of Abbey Road?
You could have just asked, like, for
That's
it.
that's not an option right now.
I might have
Your
said
life is
yes.
hanging.
I might have said yes. But no, you want to take the murder route.
Honestly, if I went back in time, I'd kill Ringo.
If I could turn back time.
I'd kill Ringo. I would. I'd join the Beatles. I would. Look, I can do.
Can you drum?
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know to play Ringo. Look. Bum, 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 bum.
You'd have more luck joining the Dave Clark 5, because if you look at all those clips, he's just going. Doing that.
The most fun from a drummer I've ever seen, it's in the music video for Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers, and the drummer's just clearly high as fuck. He's high on life, shall we say. And he's just like, and it's like, rock on, dude. Yeah, I'm having a good night at the top of the pops that night. Ethan, this has been a pleasure. It's been great to see some of your tat, knowing that I don't own any of it, and the fact that some lad younger than me who hasn't got testicles to send it as far as I have has stuff that is way cooler than the stuff that I own is not only upsetting, it's infuriating, actually, but
I've done my job.
No, thank you for coming on the show and emasculating me in front of all the girls I knew at high school.
I'm glad to do that again.
Again! The shots are fired. The shots are fired. Ethan, who are you? Where can people find you? Have we spoken before?
I think your name looks familiar. I don't know who I am. I mean, I'm Ethan Alexanian. I do a show called Fans on the Run. You can pretty much just Google Fans on the Run podcast and you'll find it everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I barely use Twitter because I don't understand it and it frustrates me.
I get that.
YouTube, I post stuff there that sometimes I don't post everywhere else. If you like my show, please check it out. Oh, wait, no, if you like this concept of the concept of my show,
it's by fans, for fans.
Yeah, created by, for, and about Beatles fans. Where I bring someone on and we go through there. You'll like this, Sam, because I know you like puns. Long and winding road of Beatle fandom.
And I've been on your show at least once. You've been on my show at least once. That will continue.
You had a two-parter.
Oh yeah, I was the first two-parter on.
No, you weren't the first two-parter.
I was the first two-parter on Fans on the Run.
I was the first two-parter ever to come on Fans on the Run.
Sgt. Pepper is the best album of our time. Okay. Hillary is a pig. And Revolver is not as good. Everyone knows it. I beat Hillary. She's a pig. I like Revolver.
Crooked Hillary loves Revolver.
Crooked Hillary. She thinks that Dr. Rabbit is a perfect song for Rubber Soul. That's all she says.
That is, if you can take away one thing from this show, take away that.
Yeah, no, the fact that Dr. Robert shouldn't be on Revolver. I've taken flack for this before. It's a Rubber Soul track. It's a Beatles for Sale track. Get over it. It's just not up to the standard of the rest of Revolver. Oh, you added cool guitar sound effects to a generic Beatles track. Doesn't make it Revolver. It doesn't make it Revolver. I'm upsetting people, I know. And
you're upsetting me.
Well, I promised Ethan that this would be a half an hour chat, and we are at least an hour and 20 minutes into this chat.
You knew what I knew what I was signing up for.
Well, no.
The only people I don't think there's any two people less qualified to do a time crunch show than you and I.
Nah, Tom Hunyadi and Andy Nichols would get in there as well. They would. But Yeah, you're right. All plans work until you end up starting to Ethan Alexanian, and you end up talking about random vinyls and releases that didn't come out. And
There have been podcasts that have crumbled because of my incessant ramblings about Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick, and Titch.
no, you are right. Something about the Beatles did suffer when you took
Yeah.
over.
You can't even tell it's me. AI, voice replacing technology has gotten so advanced.
Ethan Alexanian does sound a lot like Robert Rodriguez. You're right. No,
Come to
everyone.
think of it, I sound a lot like you.
No, you don't. You sound a lot more articulate, my young lad.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, well, okay. You at least sound more articulate when you're soberer than me, at least.
Yeah.
Everyone, this has been the very first episode of Macca in Your Attic, which has just been me, as Ethan knows all too well, stealing a format from the Word podcast, which is always the UK's #1 most downloaded podcast. They are saints. They are saviors. There's nothing
Mark
that...
and David are fantastic.
No, look, Ethan, you and me, both of us do need to big ourselves up a little bit more, but I think you would agree with me that you and me come nowhere near to the excellence that they do on the Word podcast. It is something else. It is something that I'd like to think that you and me in 60 years might be able to recreate.
That's us.
Until that time, I'm very happy with you being one of the very best new people in Beatles new media, absolutely smashing it out there. We've all got our own insecurities. You shouldn't have them at all, young man. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for coming on the premiere episode of Macca in Your Attic. And yeah, you've got a lot of shit. Get rid of it, Ethan. Start cleaning that shit out.
I'm glad I could smash the champagne bottle on this here maiden voyage.
No, I am looking forward to helping Tom Hunyadi clean out his closet, because he's been stuck inside of it for far too long.
Yeah.
Everyone, that is a joke that will probably be cut from the final YouTube release, but that will definitely be on the Patreon. Thank you so much for listening to another episode, or the first episode of Macca in Your Attic, where there are so many offensive, sexist, racist jokes. It's just unbelievable.
I didn't even get to show my copy of the album, the Beatles bootleg that says "fuck" on it.
Oh, go on, go get that. Go on, young boy.
Shall we close out the show with that?
We'll close out the show how I choose to. Thank you very much. Oh, he's got it. Oh.
And now that
oh my god. Oh my god.
This is my second favorite bootleg I own.
Right, folks. I need to just throw something back at Ethan. Just wait right there.
I'm still here. It's okay, audience. You aren't alone. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit down. That was a weird little dance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I put you through that. What?
I hope you laugh.
I hope I do.
Right. So, Ethan, when you've got actual fans, when you're actually successful, unlike the shameful show you are right now.
Oh, you miserable twat.
Yeah. So, I had a fan of the show who was like, I like Paul McCartney so much, but I don't want to subscribe to your Patreon. Can I just give you some shit? And he gave me... What? Here we go.
Is that Cold Cuts?
That is the original Cold Cuts. That's the original copy of Cold Cuts.
Bootleg or official? Well, it's bootleg.
Oh yeah, it's the one that has A Love for You, My Carnival Walks About My Mum's Little Girl, Night Out, Robbers Ball, Cage, Did We Meet Somewhere Before, Hey Diddle, Tragedy, Best Friends, Same Time Next Year, Club Sandwich. Oh, I'm so proud to have it. I really am.
The best thing is I can almost see it.
Yes, Paul McCartney's image seems to be covering it. The other thing I'm quite proud of, my most recent purchase, Half Speed RAM.
I still need to play that.
So you've bought it, but you haven't played it yet.
It only arrived a couple days ago, and I've been kind of busy.
Fair enough. Well, you did just release an episode a couple of days ago, so
Yeah.
you are absolved, good sir. Right, Ethan, thank you so much for coming on to the very first episode of Macca in Your Attic. Thank you for showing me your crap, your tut, your tat. Let's sign out, bro. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Double roll
I'm
cigarettes.
warning you with peace and love.